How have I made a difference today? Who did you smile at? Who did you call to find out if they're feeling okay? What have you done? If you can answer those questions each day, then you are living life at its most meaningful way. You have given and shared something of great value.
I agree. Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor spoke to graduates of Manhattan College last week. She underscored the huge impact a simple act of kindness can have. That's also the theme of our series, A More Perfect Union, where we aim to show you what unites us as Americans is far greater than what divides us. This morning, Don Dahler shows us a college road trip and how it's changing lives. Don, good morning.
Good morning. This is such a great program. It's a free ride-sharing service with a heart that aims to drive home the concept of paying it forward while rolling down the highway.
This is what retirement looks like these days for 76-year-old Paul Getches. He's not slowing down, rather he's speeding up.
Take the next left onto Randall Road.
Spending much of his time along the open roads of upstate New York.
The greatest joy that a human person can experience is a joy that comes from serving other people.
Getches is behind the wheel of an important initiative, volunteering at On Point for College, a nonprofit aimed at serving underprivileged college students.
If I couldn't afford the gas of the car, I couldn't do it, but I can, and therefore I'm happy to do it.
The organization has logged over 442,000 miles, shuttling low-income college students from their hometowns to campus. And Getches is responsible for over 60,000 of those miles, enough for 2 trips around the globe.
Good to see you, too.
Today, Getches is in Rochester, New York, picking up Ruby Zatung, a sophomore business major at RIT, and taking her home to Syracuse.
I'm going to be taking the second portion of that.
Okay.
Do you remember when you first got in the car with him on that very first trip?
When I first met Mr. G, I call him Mr. G because I can't pronounce his last name.
I can't pronounce her last name either.
I was still confused about what I was going to do in the future.
How long did it take you to get comfortable with him?
I had some kind of click with Mr. G. We immediately became friends. I was really excited and curious to see how he, approached college.
So, Mr. G.
Yes.
You must like to drive.
I grew up on a poor dairy farm. If I hadn't had an education, I'd know pretty much where I would be today, and that doesn't look pretty. And, having had the college opportunity, I want to see as many young adults get that opportunity.
We imagine things so differently.
Ruby was born in the country of Myanmar, also known as Burma, and is the eldest of 6 children. She's the first in her family to go to college.
What does it mean for you personally to watch these students over the years actually start to achieve their goals that you talked about in the cab of your car so long ago?
Just pure joy to see them succeed in what they thought they wanted to do. Now, my wife is good.
It's an uncommon connection, and despite the generational gap, it's the relationships made along the way that keeps Getches going.
So your job is more than being a taxi driver.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, would you say so?
Yes. I've learned a lot from Mr. G.
I would certainly hope that I contribute everything I can.
He's being the best version of himself.
Oh.
I like to say that.
She taught me that expression. I love that. Be the best version of yourself. Okay? I like that.
That's a pretty great version. Now, you'd think after wandering all over New York, Getches would be an expert navigator, but he says without his GPS, like me, he'd be lost. Still, he admits taking the long way home with his young friends gives them more time to talk about things and make lifelong friendships.
60,000 miles.
Yeah.
60,000 miles.
What a lovely man, Don. And I was wondering if he had a family, and then I heard him say, my wife, which shows he has his own life, but he clearly wants to just help others, too.
Yeah, well, and think about,
Beautiful.
he has 76 years of wisdom that he gets to impart,
Exactly.
and they soak it up like a sponge. These students really benefit from this.
It's all about connection in this world. Let the GPS do the navigating.
Yes, exactly.
Older people have a lot to contribute.
And there's a lot of college students. A lot of college students could use a ride. That's very true.
Never forget that. Thank you, Don Dahler. Without the beard, it was here yesterday.
It's gone.
What happened, Don?
Some important women whom I really respect suggested that maybe I should stay.
It looks good.
We liked you yesterday, too.
Yeah, we do.